Hey everyone, it's Ryan Daly here at the Good Data booth at Big Data London, and I am absolutely thrilled to be joined by Scott, the Data Whisperer.
Ryan, how are you? Good to see you.
I'm good. It's good to see you too. So, we were just talking before we started recording. What do you think of Big Data London?
It is my favorite show. I have to say it. Somebody's got to pick a favorite. Just the volume, velocity, and variety of stuff that happens here.
The three
truly
Vs
makes it a big data show. I love it.
It's the three Vs of data
That's
conferences.
it. Shout out to Doug Laney.
So, you've got a couple things you're doing here this year. Why don't you tell us about what presentations you've got at the show?
I've got two things, and they are certifiably over the top, even for me.
All right.
I've got a Data Puppets keynote, which I did last year, but we're doing it even bigger this year.
Yeah.
And so the Data Puppets who star the CDO, the Chief Dog Officer, the Cat Sultan from Meow Kinsey, the ITB who speaks only in buzzwords, and I've got a bunch of celebrity voices, data voices, and they're here as well. There's like 7 of them in the front row.
Amazing.
We're going to end with a big sing-along with Tenkai Feng, if you know him. He's our musical maestro. He did the music for the Data Puppets, and we're going to see if we can break a record and actually get a data audience to get up on their feet and sing the G.I. Geo theme song. So that's today.
You're ambitious, Scott.
Oh, yeah. Then we have the typical post-day one pub crawl, which I'm sure you'll be at some of those events there, both formal and informal. Then tomorrow I'm on the VIP track doing my keynote, Data's the New Bullshit. Why the way we talk about data is holding the industry back and what you can do about it. And so I'll help people with the concept of putting together an executive-friendly, business-accessible narrative to get support from stakeholders, to get ongoing funding for the work that people do in the data space. So kind of a soft skills thing. So we got the puppets, which are super soft. Then we got the data storytelling, which is also soft. So I'm all about the soft skills.
That's right. How did you come up with the idea for the Data Puppets?
I just had it started off at a previous company where I did a puppet for an internal video, and people went nuts with it. And so I started thinking about doing it more for the data space. I hit on the character of the CDO, the Chief Dog Officer. It's like, that's easy.
Yeah.
And then I just wrote this one video. It was like 5 years ago, and I put it out there, and every line is either a setup or a punchline. So I packed all my data jokes in there, and it just took off. It was the most popular thing I ever posted. And people were saying, this sounds just like my organization.
Yeah.
So I got inspired to do more. I could only do 3 voices myself. I'm not like Charlie Martinet who does Mario. He's got a whole range there. But for me, I got all these other friends of mine to do some voices. Tenkai Feng, we've got Bernard Marr doing a voice. He plays Kennard Starr, the sort of a thought leader duck in the space. And I just got this Simpsons-like casting approach, but we've got a CEO who's an elephant, a CFO who's a fish, the CMO's a mouse. It's like this stuff writes itself.
Yeah. How often do you do one of these shows?
I do, well, this one I do in terms of the puppets
Yeah,
themselves.
yeah.
So it's my 3rd time I'm doing the puppets on stage.
Okay.
Which for me is just a breakthrough, creative kind of thing to do. It's so fun. It's so unusual. I've got my keynote, which is great, but that's me. And what I found with the puppets is I can get to the funny faster, which is part of what I want to do.
Yeah.
How do you really just kind of cut through and get to the fun stuff? And that's what I always try to aim for in the data space. How do we make this fun, engaging, entertaining if we can? Because there's enough technical stuff to go around.
Plenty.
But we're all human. We all love to laugh. We all love to have a good time.
Now, let's talk about your second presentation. Data is the new bullshit.
The new bullshit.
That's a provocative title.
It is, yes. Actually, for here and for the Commonwealth, it's bullshite.
Yeah,
but,
sure.
I've got my special agentic AI edition with vibe coding. I've updated it totally. But I put together this idea of, okay, how to build this story. And, Doug's got his 3 Vs. I've got my 3 Vs of data storytelling for data management, which are vocabulary, voice, and vision. So a deliberate play on the big data 3 Vs. But vocabulary, get the words right. Voice, sound the right way. Make sure your whole team's harmonizing to a common voice. And most importantly, vision. Everything you do in data has got to enable the strategic intentions of your enterprise. Where's your company going and why, not how, but why is data going to help you get there?
Yeah, I think is that one big mistake you think people make is they put the how before the why?
Absolutely, that's it. And if you can boil my entire data philosophy down to 3 words, which is truth before meaning.
Yeah.
Determine the truth of your data before you derive meaning out of it, and then also focus on why it's important, not how to get it done. Because business executives, not the technical side, but the business people don't care how you're going to do it. until they understand why it's important to the business and focus on that.
So how does do you see this changing at all in the world of AI? You know, you said you updated your presentation, your puppets for vibe coding and all this other stuff. How is AI changing the nexus of data and bullshit?
I think it's getting bigger.
Yeah.
That nexus is now grown to whatever the next word would be. But it's also, the risks are higher, the rewards are higher, but the damage you can do is unprecedented scale now with data. And it always comes back, no matter what, to truth before meaning. If you don't have the right data going into AI, you're going to get AS, you're going to get artificial stupidity.
Yes.
And people realize that. But the data governance world, which has been there all along, is hopefully gets more in the room when these things are planned to make sure that the good data is going in before you get any kind of good meaning afterwards. And that's the point I make no matter what.
Yeah, I think, that's a really good point too with the data governance. Data governance gets pushed to the side a lot of times, right? I think they're traditionally viewed as, they're slowing us down. That's the Department of No.
Right.
But to your point, look, if you're putting bad data into your AI, you're going to get really convincing bad outputs.
That's an even better way to put it. Yes, you absolutely will. And it's a classic story, right? G.I. Joe, we all learned that on the first day of data, right? It's sure as gravity.
Yeah.
What goes up must come down. What goes in must come out. And it's still a challenge. And data governance, as you suggested, it's kind of boring. It's back office. It's clerical. It's not sexy. It's never hot. But, if you want to, anything you want to do, you gotta train. You got to have the foundation first. That's why they call it a foundation. And we're still struggling to make that case. And I think the subhead of my Data's the New Bullshit keynote is why the way we talk about data is holding the industry back.
Yeah.
And part of it is because of the way we talk about it. We don't tell the right stories. We don't use the right vocabulary. We focus on how it's done instead of why. We love to go off on these technobabble buzzwords.
Yes.
And how many generations of data leaders do we need to have till people realize if you want to talk to the business, you got to speak the language of the business.
Amen. So, Scott, would you say, I don't want to steal any thunder from your keynote, but
It's okay.
what is the number one mistake that people make in this realm?
I think it's the how, not the why.
Yeah.
I think that. I focus on that. It's the how, not the why. And from that comes a lot of the other points I make, the type of language you use, the positioning you have, the importance of benefits versus features. If you're a salesperson, you know that all day long.
Yeah.
And I try to reinforce too and get the data leaders a little bit nervous because they're fighting for funding and focus from a lot of other departments that actually have better storytellers.
Yes.
So marketing,
the marketing department,
they know how to tell it.
Full of storytellers.
The sales department, they don't tell stories. They don't make quota.
Right.
And the struggle is, as data leaders, we can provide value to every other department in the company.
Right.
Marketing's nice, operation, but you go across all these different verticals, data has this horizontal value, and to articulate that as the enabler of scale, as the enabler of so many things that organizations want to do, that'll get you in the right room. That'll get you the support. That'll get you the funding.
Awesome. Well, listen, thanks for joining me, Scott. It's good to see you in person.
Yes, it is. It's wonderful. Absolutely.
Yeah. And where can people keep up with you?
I'm all over LinkedIn, so just Google me or look in LinkedIn, Scott Taylor, the Data Whisperer, and Google Data Puppets.
Yes.
I'm the only thing that comes up. It's like 100% organic. I got SEO marketers.
Perfect SEO.
It is. It was an inspiration for me personally. It's like I'm onto something here. But look for that content. Find me on LinkedIn and YouTube and wherever data conversations are happening.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us, Scott. Have a good one.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Bye.